Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of EverQuest 2. We're going to be talking to Belka Thunderheart here, and starting her line of quest, or his line. I think it's a her, yeah, it looks like a her. Even though it's a pretty hideous her. It's with those eyes, man, that's crazy. So we're going to go ahead and talk to her, or it, if you want to prefer that, and see what she wants us to do.
Well met.
Out of the frying pan. Well, that's a weird way to start a conversation. Ah, you're the blue dwarf. I think I need to leave now. Goodbye. Okay, I don't know where that came from. And into the fire, but just who exactly are you and why are you here? That's the second option. I am not interested in philosophy. Just give me some work to do and skip the chat. Well, I kind of like the chat, so I'm going to go with the second one. Because the blue dwarf doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Out of the fire and into the icy abyss, more like it. We are the Codain, and we've been through more than you can imagine. Well, after looking like that, I can imagine quite a bit. What do you mean? This is depressing. I'm going to say, what do you mean? This is a weird conversation. I don't suppose you've had the chance to hear about how we got here, have you? Well, in the case you haven't noticed, we're not in Valetius anymore, okay, Toto? How did you get here? What happened to Valetius? Perhaps some other time. Goodbye. I'm going to ask what happened to Valetius. Your guess is as good as mine. It may be as we left it, or it may have been obliterated by the cataclysm. Okay, how did you get here? Perhaps some other time. Let's see, how did you get here? Not more than 10 years back, a group of us Codains were tracking down a band of unruly Rygor orcs. We chased them to the ends of the continent and had them good and cornered near the edge of the ice-clad ocean. And moments before we were able to run them down, the sky went perfectly dark. What happened next sounds like an excuse. Did they get away? This is a bit too long-winded for me. Let's see what happened next. Within minutes, a chaotic storm rained ash, stone, and hellfire down upon us. I don't know what these guys are smoking. Clouds of hissing steam and 100 dwarves high erupted each time a shard of rock collided with the snow. The land trembled as if Vasheen herself sought to rend the continent in twain and her massive claws. And then we saw it coming. Saw what coming? The time doesn't make sense. The cataclysm occurred long ago. Something tells me this is how you got here. I'm sorry, I'll leave you to your grieving. Saw what coming? A monstrous shard of rock, pointy like a harp claw and big as a mountain. We heard right. We was headed right for us. There was no time to react, nor run, nor make an escape. This chunk of earth struck down between us, the mainland. The immense blast from the impact showered us with tons of ice. I was knocked out cold. Then what happened? Very puny. I'm sorry, I'll leave you to the grieving. What happened? When I awoke and shook off the snow, I found myself here, floating on this chunk of forsaken ice in the middle of nowhere. There's barely enough of us and barely enough resources to make do. And if that wasn't bad enough, the Rygor orcs were here battling, surviving to the blast too. They may make it even worse, more difficult to eke out a living on this rock. Perhaps I could help you with the orcs. This is a horrible story. I'll be going now. That be a small blessing. The orc raiders are not far from here. Look for them off to the north, down on the jetties of the ice below the Choke and Pride overlook. They're coming over the Rygor island. I'm happy to help. I just hope this will cease your belly aching. Let's talk about inconsiderate. Okay, so this is Displaced and Discouraged, the quest. Level 10. Belka Thunderheart has asked me to slay the Rygor raiders, and has climbed onto the jetty of the ice below the Hergod's Choke and Pride overlook. These raiders can be found on Rygor Island, an island off the coast to the west. Your reward is 13 silver, 23 copper, or at least that much, as well as a new bow, a new ranged weapon. It looks a little bit better than what I'm wearing. The damage is, the range is the same. Damage is a little bit higher on the high end. It does have a higher rating, so we're gonna go ahead and get that. Hit accept. We sure, man, I don't know why it's moving around that way. We sure could use your help with these orcs. Brel will be with us. Brel will be with you as well. No, I don't know who Brel is. So let's go ahead and look on our map and see exactly where it wants us to go. I must kill several orc raiders. I must kill several orc raiders. I can go all the way down to their island, or I can just come over here to this little jetty and kill orc raiders there. So instead of making the long trip, I'm just gonna go down to their little jetty over here inside this cave. After I loot this little shiny from underneath their noses, I don't know why they're not going for it. And I might get attacked. Go ahead and fight back. And he froze me there for a second, so they have some kind of spell. These guys are relatively easy. They're not taking too much life off of me. And I'll go ahead and sneak my way in past these guys. I do believe this is the direction that they want me to go, to the right. Gonna sneak over here. This is where it shows on the map, all the way down there. Or I can just go to the island, which is right across. So I'm actually just gonna go to the island. It looks like it's closer. And I have some company, but he'll forget me after I get to a certain distance and run back. So this is a bushwhacker, and I'm looking for raiders, so I may have to go a little further onto the island to get there. I am getting better at swimming, so it is kind of nice to keep up with that rather than have to come all the way back to a zone that has water and just basically swim around for a few hours to level that up. If you can do it as you play. And I'll probably have to kill him to get past him. And those are the raiders that I want. But I may be able to sneak right by. There we go. Didn't quite work. Now he is even to me, but he's not doing too terribly damage-wise, so that's kind of nice. So I'll toss a small heal on me, which is a group heal, and I'm actually going to take out the blue ones first. They're slightly less level or lower level than I am, so a little easier to take on, especially 2 at a time. And now that's what's left is the even ones, so I'm gonna go ahead and take out one of those. And I missed with my volley of arrows, so I'll have to actually kill these guys full on. As you see above their names, they do have 2 arrows down, which means they are easier to kill than ones without any arrows, or arrows with facing upwards are a lot harder. So when pulling, you know, make sure you keep that in mind. And I gave an achievement point for looting the black and iron relics. These can be turned into certain NPCs so that you get status points for your guild as well as yourself. So if you don't have a guild, I would suggest holding on to them until you join one and then turn them in. That way you can earn status points for your guild as well. And a lot of guilds won't promote you or let you use certain items and so forth until you've proven yourself with contributing a certain amount of status points. So those are kind of easy things to get. You can just get them random off of creatures, and you can turn them in very readily, or you can even buy them off the broker. Okay, so we need 2 more. That's just 1, so I'm going to pull another set. Oh, no, there's actually 2 there, so I'll go ahead and pull those guys. Again, no help from my my arrows. They missed once again. I am getting better. I'm a 34 out of 55, so if you don't ever use this skill, it may take you a while to level it up. And okay, so it wants me to go back and turn these things in. So I can either run back along the beach, or I can just jump into the water and bypass those guys altogether. Remember, if you wanted to, you could always go over here onto this ledge that you see right there. I'm not going to right now, but you could. That was an option. You know, and you could always drop down from the ledge above and then fall down there. It's getting darker. As you can see, the book is there on the map. That means it's ready to be turned in. I just have to make my way back. You can see the water reflects the image from above, just like it does in real life. They've spent some time making the graphics, you know, comparatively nice for the game. Let's go ahead and head back out this way. Sure not to go up the mountain just yet. That's for other quests down the road. So for now, we're going to go ahead and run back around and head back into the cave. So here we're at Belka Thunderheart, the little blue dwarf with the very, very strange conversations. And we're going to go ahead and talk to her.
Well met.
You're still alive. That's a great way to start a conversation. Good, good. That's about as joyous as the news gets around here. I dealt with the orcs as promised. Let's see. Yeah, I suppose I should be thanking you for your help. Like I said before, I'm happy to lend a hand. I would appreciate that if you could get over your depression long enough to do so. Oh, man. I'm tempted to push that one, but I'll go with, like I said before, I'm happy to lend a hand. Then blessed Rygor have no shame and no honor. So that's going to lead to the next quest, which we'll do on the next episode, but we're going to go ahead and accept this. It's 13 silver, 36 copper, and a bow. So go ahead and hit the accept. Be sure to equip it if you're high enough level to do so. Again, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment below, or hit me up in game. I'm always happy to group with you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next episode.